Hi everybody, Lori here. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've got a clean, colorful, simple graphic. Let's see, how many adjectives can I use to describe this chunky, thankful stamp set, which is part of the latest September card kit by Simon Says Stamp. And it is designed by the one and only Kathy Zielske. There's not really anything that Kathy has ever designed that I don't immediately fall in love with. I love this big, chunky, thankful sentiment. I'm going to stamp it with VersaFine ONYX black ink onto a panel of Hammermill cardstock. And I had an idea that I wanted to color in the letters, each with a different color of Copic marker. But the idea came after, or right when I was in the throes of stamping with VersaFine ONYX black ink, which is not a Copic friendly ink. So I decided to roll with it and just go ahead and emboss it with clear embossing ink, and that would turn it into a Copic friendly situation. But if you're thinking ahead, you could just use a Copic friendly ink off the top. But you know what? Even sometimes, I don't know if you ever have this, but even when I use a Copic friendly ink, sometimes I get a little bleeding. I don't know if it's me, but embossing is a definite surefire way to make it Copic friendly. So after I stamped it with VersaFine ink, I prepped it with the powder tool. Now I'm stamping it with clear ink. And then I'm going to pour on some Simon Says Stamp clear embossing powder, heat that with a heat gun, and we're off to the races. Okay, so I got my heat gun nice and piping hot. I don't know if I've mentioned this on my YouTube channel. I've mentioned it here and there. I'm not sure, who knows, but we are in the throes of selling our house and moving to Minnesota. I know it's crazy. My husband took a coaching job. He coaches hockey and in Minnesota, and our kids not all of them, but the majority of them play hockey, so it's a great fit. And also, I'll be in the same state as the one and only Kathy Zielske, although I will be about 2 hours away from her. So I don't know, maybe one day we can meet up. Never met her in person, but she's one of my favorites. So here I'm coloring with Copics. I'm not doing anything gradient, nothing fancy schmancy, just a flat lay. I wanted to get a nice smooth color for each letter. I'm not going to say it's fallish, but it's kind of giving me warm tone fall vibes. I don't know, just go with it. If I don't mention the colors, I will have everything linked. On the K, I didn't show me coloring the K, but it is actually a mixture of the orange and yellow ink together. The K, I mixed the two Copics to get an orange. You got to be thrifty if you want to be nifty. Okay, taking the coordinating die from that chunky thankful stamp set and die cutting out this colorful thank you. Now for the background, I'm going to take that little dot, which is actually a dot for the center of a floral stamp, but I'm going to use it to create a polka dot background. I'm stamping white pigment ink onto some craft cardstock, and I'm just going to create a polka dot background. I felt like the background needed a little pattern, but nothing too competitive with my chunky thankful. So back to the moving. I know you want to hear about it. Right now we're doing a bunch of showings. We got people coming in, and oh my gosh, I've never done this before. Trying to get your house clean for a showing, and there's 6 people still living here, managing the laundry and the eating. They always want to have a showing when it's a mealtime. So we're hoping that we get a seller. We've already bought a house in Minnesota. We're leaving in about 2 weeks, packing up. Now the craft area, I did a huge de-stash. Still have way more than I'll ever need, but you know how it goes as a crafter. You just want to hang on to all your favorite things. I'm stamping a couple sub-sentiments. I am so thankful. Then down at the bottom, I'll do a for you. These are all included in that CZ Chunky Thankful stamp set. Keeping it very simple. And then I'll just pop this up on a white card base. But first, I'm going to score it. I've been loving using the new scoring board. This one is by Simon Says Stamp. My Teflon bone folder, however, is by Honeybee Stamps. And now, I've said this before, but my Teflon bone folder is my most beloved craft tool. I don't know, but I couldn't live without it. And I've had all the different brands. Currently, I've got the Honeybee. I love them all. You can't go wrong. I use the Big Mama foam tape roll, which is a nice, thin foam tape for both the panel and the sentiment. I'll have to keep you posted on what happens with the house and the craft area. I'm going to have a new craft area in Minnesota, and I'll show you everything once I get organized, which will be never. But check out the new September card kit by Simon Says Stamp. Love this CZ Chunky Thankful. I'm so thankful for you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.